Welcome to Geeking Out with Matt Serra. I'm here with my buddy Kristian. Today, we're going to discuss everything upcoming, well, what's going on now, and the future for the DCU.
Yep. The DCU is...
I'm excited about it.
Me too.
Headed by James Gunn.
Yep.
Let me tell you why I'm really excited about it. Because I like James Gunn's track record. Mm-hmm. I love all the Guardian of the Galaxy movies. The Peacemaker show I enjoyed.
Me too.
And I really enjoyed The Suicide Squad. Not to be confused with the first one. I enjoyed that immensely. I thought that moved me. I want to watch that again. When Harley Quinn jumped into the eyeball at the end and the music started playing. And oh shit. Listen, I could do a whole other episode on just this, but when the Rat King, the girl, had that flashback scene with her father. Oh my God, dude! I swear I get emotional thinking about the scene. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do. It's a great movie.
When and she's like, "Why rats, Papa?" And and then he said a little something like, "If there's like they're like the what the fuck did he say? I don't know." But it was so great. I gotta watch it again. But it moved me. So James Gunn has a way of getting you right in the feels.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I want to discuss. I want to know what's going on. And by the way, did you go to ComicCon?
Dude, I missed it again. Everything with my family gets in the way. I was supposed to go. I had an event I was supposed to go on Thursday night, and then my kid got sick. I had to stay home.
This is the third year in a row that the Serra family went.
Was it fun?
Oh, it was fun.
Yeah.
We went on Thursday, and we have the perfect routine now. We have the perfect routine. You take the Long Island Railroad in, and when you take the railroad in, I do it on an off hour, not on a peak hour, so it's not too crowded. We just walk. It's how many avenues? Like 4 avenues. Yeah. It's like within 15 minutes. You walk there, and then we eased into it. We used to get there from the second it opened. And dude, you're like a herd. You're in a herd of people, nerds, just walking through trying to find a booth. Now we get there around like 1:30, 2 o'clock, ease in, take our time, walk around, get out of there in a few hours. I don't know. It's just less.
You don't go to any of the panels or anything?
Nah, I don't know. I saw there was Sergeant Slaughter over there.
Well, no, not signing booths. Like the panels, like this type of stuff. They had Tom Hardy up there talking about Venom. They had a bunch of different things.
I don't. I'm with my kids. You know what we do? We go and we get my kids get books,
cool.
Everything from comic books to graphic novels, and then they get cool jackets. I got myself. Jimmy liked it. I showed it today on Unfiltered. I got a Star Wars mystery box.
The hell's that? What's in it?
Those mystery boxes always have like cool the T-shirts and mugs.
Yeah.
So I had a little Wicket Warwick Ewok mug that I was drinking today, making Jimmy cringe. So I loved it. I love my mug. So yeah. So no, we get like little trinkets and cool stuff. Like last year, I got a fucking Star Wars Snuggie that I wear. You ever wear a Snuggie?
Yeah, they're very warm.
They look very silly, but
they're so warm.
I look like a little snowman with that thing.
Not to throw things up, but I forgot to ask you this before. Did you know that you were on Saturday Night Live last week?
You know what? I do know that.
Yeah.
People have been reaching out. What's so funny about that is they used 2 clips of me.
2.
They used a clip, and the first clip they used was when I was on the back of a guy, Eve Edwards, and a very dangerous guy, buddy of mine. And I'm on his back, and I remember I bit my tongue, so I had all blood on my tongue. So you see me going like, ah.
Yeah. It's funny because I was watching Saturday Night with my family. Like, it's Matt. My wife's like, really? Yeah, it's Matt.
And then they showed a punch with me and
GSP,
George.
Yeah.
So I was taken back that they used those clips because I'm like, the George one is understandable a little bit, but that first clip was a great clip, but it was literally, that was right after 9/11. That's over 20 years ago.
Wow.
They
showed clips from '93. It was a little misleading of it too to people who didn't know the sport.
They showed Keith Hackney, and he fought a sumo, and that was no weight classes. So I think they tried to make it a little crazy.
Yeah, they did. It was because my wife was looking at some of the clips, and she's like, "That's what it's like." I was like, "No, that's like from '93. It's not like that."
I mean, my clip was from 2001, so it shows my age. But it was cool though.
That's cool that you're still on it. It's awesome.
Hey man, a lot of people reached out.
Yeah.
So hey. Let's get into this.
Yeah.
Hit me. I want all the gossip. Wait, by the way, speaking of DCU, loving the Penguin.
So good.
I mean, best television I've seen in a while. Longo loves it. Longo doesn't watch anything with a cape.
Right. Well, that's right up his alley. That show.
Yeah, but you would
it's like Breaking Bad meets Sopranos.
But just the name of it could throw somebody off.
100%.
They could just think it's Batman.
But that shows you, doesn't it? Like when it comes to quality of it, doesn't matter what. If you can make a superhero movie or a comic book movie, and as long as it's good and you detail it and you say it's Sopranos meets Breaking Bad, and Ray will say, it's Penguin. How's it going to be? And then he sits down and watches it, and it's that good.
And I think a lot of credit has to be, belongs to Colin Farrell, because people, first of all, they can't believe that's him. Mm-hmm. And, you forget, because he's so good in the makeup.
So good.
You forget that it's makeup. And the character, you kind of, and listen, man, that last episode.
Really? Did you watch one on Sunday?
I just watched the
really
one,
good.
yeah. And, I don't know, spoilers, but when he took care of somebody and their kid, the way he did it, I mean, he's ruthless. I mean, he's brutal. He's not a good guy.
No, he's a straight up gangster. But I will say, though, I do think that, even though I agree with you, Colin Farrell is just absolutely incredible, doing next level stuff. Kristen Milioti is pretty damn good in this show.
Sophia, girl, she is fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a strong female lead. You believe that she's a psychopath.
Yes.
And that flashback episode of her where, you see what was done to her. She was wrong. And boy, did she get revenge.
You peel the onion, man. You peel the onion.
And, you definitely see her motivations. Mm-hmm. And you see why she is the way she is. But she's she's likable, though. You know what I like about these villains, which pretty much everybody in the show is there's something likable about them. Like, in other words, the Penguin, you have to make the comparison to Tony Soprano, where he's not a good guy at the end of the day. He's pretty fucked up. But there's something kind of likable about him. The Penguin, when he's like, it's me and you, kid. And
he cares about the kid, yeah.
Yeah, now he's showing that he cares about the kid. He's starting to respect him, especially when the kid made that choice between going on the bus with his crush or crushing a dude with his car. So it was wild. Every episode is so fun. Each episode delivered.
I love the show. I think the show is it shows it's good writing. It builds up. There were some people who didn't think that they earned Kristen Milioti having her own episode yet. I couldn't disagree more. I thought that it was so well played. Getting there because you want to know more about her, and the idea that they reveal she's not the Hangman, and then getting into it and play, and they haven't had to rely on the Batman at all. They don't even mention him.
You know what I like? I like it's the same universe and stuff where you see that police captain comes in.
Yeah, with that voice.
The one who's got that voice where it's like, he's great.
He's great.
He's fucking great. And it just shows you the grimy town. You keep waiting to hear something about Batman. Nothing. It never comes up.
No, it probably will, but not yet. They don't need it yet.
Yeah, you don't need it. You don't need it at all. And I thought it was the perfect time to do a little flashback sequence with Sophia. You already know what she's about.
Agreed.
Why is she? What makes her tick? Well, now we know. And I thought they did that. I thought that was brilliant. The way they just showed that Arkham Asylum. They did that right. They made you see why she's out of her mind.
100%. Yeah. 10 years she was in there.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And what about when she? Well, I don't want too many spoilers. I don't know who's seen this yet, but
too late now.
Yeah, the revenge she gets on everybody, even the one guy that she's trying to help get all the gangsters together, and then she just shows, look, I don't need you. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's wild. Yeah. It's not the same thing, but I just seen wild. I seen Kill Bill recently. Remember when Lacey Chen wanted to get some respect at that meeting when she ran across and she chopped off the gangster's head off?
Yeah.
All right, it's not the same thing at all. She blew his head off, but
no, still. Yeah.
Anyway.
But it's the same type. It was the same type of thing. I think that was very good. Yeah, or Renishi when she's because they don't want her in that spot.
Oh, 100%.
And the same thing we hear.
Same thing.
Yeah, 100%.
Great analogy.
Yeah, great analogy.
All right, now I just brought up Frank Grillo because I told you we were talking about people to get on. Like, oh shit, I could reach out to Frank Grillo.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, I visited him on set when we were looking for a fight. Dana brought us down to the show of Kingdom. He used to do a show called Kingdom.
Yeah, it was an MMA show, right?
It was a great show. It was a great show because if I live in that world and I can relate to a lot of stuff. That show was excellent writing. Dana does not like anything. Dana White, he doesn't watch anything. He loved that show.
Yeah.
So that's a great show. But we visited them on set when they were filming that in LA. And We went out to Morton's afterwards. I love that Morton's. Did you ever go to Morton's?
All the time.
That fucking bread.
I used to go. Oh yeah, and they have the sliders, the tacos. They're really good.
Dude, that was so good. But anyway, so we were talking about Frank Grillo, and I'm like, I thought about him because he's in the new. Is it Creature Commandos? The cartoon.
Yeah, that leads up. That's like the prequel to all the DCU stuff leading into it.
It looks now. Is it in like the 50s or 60s? Yeah. The whole universe?
No, just this. This like leads up. So I think that his character is going to be in other things too, but it kind of leads up.
He's who he is, right?
He's Flag. Yeah. Senior. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
but the animation looks great. It looks dark. Mm-hmm. It looks good. I'm looking forward to that. When does that come out?
I think that comes out this year. That comes out soon. I think that comes out either in November or December. Hell, it might come out this month. But it starts. That's the first. Yes, everything is on Max for DC. But this starts the universe, and then Superman is the first feature film. But you want to kind of go in the backstory of everything that happened?
Yes. What backstory? The backstory of the Creature Commandos?
No, the DCU, how it kind of came to be.
Oh, what with James Gunn?
Yes, with James Gunn.
Tell me.
So
I know Zack Snyder had his hand.
Well, yeah. So they gave the Zack Snyder universe a shot for a bit, and this was before David Zaslav, who runs all of Warner Brothers now. Yeah. It was before he was there, and they had all these different movies, and the regime that was there beforehand had other movies. And they were trying to get things going. That's why they set up like the Flash. They set up another Aquaman. They set up another Wonder Woman. They set up all these movies, and they realized that the people weren't just coming out to see a lot of these things. And then so during that time, they were trying to find somebody that was going to run the whole thing.
Okay.
They thought about Todd Phillips, who directed Joker and Joker 2.
Okay.
But it was before Joker 2 came out, obviously, but they already set it up with him. They thought about him and they approached him about running all of the DCU.
Interesting.
He said he didn't want to do it, and I think that's probably good. And now that you see his heart's not in an overall universe.
Yeah,
right?
I gotcha.
And then there were some other people that were out there. There was Dan Lin, who was a big executive for a while. He was still a big executive. I think he's running Netflix now. But he was up for it. And then out of nowhere, James Gunn and Peter Safran, who was there, who had produced like Shazam and other things, they're running it now, and they have this whole idea. And everyone, that's why when they thought Henry Cavill, remember the Black Adam thing that happened?
Yeah.
So everybody thought Superman. They announced that Henry Cavill was coming back as Superman. Like it was announced, and then James Gunn takes over, and he's like, "Well, that's not the direction we're going to go with." So he's not going to return. And everyone's like, well, what the hell? If you're going to keep him, are you going to keep Gal Gadot? Are you going to keep Ben Affleck? What are you going to do? And he said, because all those movies were coming out, he goes, well, we'll keep the door open, which meant, let's see how the movies do.
Yeah.
And then the movies all ate it. And then they're just rebooting the whole thing. And they start with this new Superman movie that comes out in, I think it's July of 2025.
Is there a fake trailer out there? What am I looking
I think there's a fake trailer. Because when you sent that to me, you said, is there a trailer? And I was like looking, because it would have hit my circle.
Because some of it looked corny. Because I looked at it, and some of it looked like it was real. So I'm like, what am I looking at?
Nothing's out yet.
This son of a bitch.
Yeah.
All right, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
They could do crazy stuff nowadays.
I'm telling you, yeah. Well, AI and all that stuff too. Yeah.
So all right, so I thought I saw something I didn't see.
And I think he was at ComicCon and he talked about the things were coming. There's a cut. Look, that's the thing with him running the whole show. Like normally an executive will say, hey, talk to the director, make sure he sends in his cut. I got to give him notes. I got to do this. He's the one giving all the notes. So,
my question is, what about the Matt Reeves Batman?
It's not part of the DCU.
All right, well, cool. I don't mind that.
Yeah, so that's the question, right? The question is that because they announced The Brave and the Bold, which is going to be the Batman movie that the DCU does. But the question is, where is it going to land, and be when? Because the Batman movie, I think, comes out in like 2026. So you're going to potentially have two Batmans at the same time.
Could it be? Could they do that?
I don't mean in the same movie, but I just mean like let's say the Batman comes out in 2026. Well, then in 2027, the other Batman movie comes out, and will it confuse regular audience people? Is the question.
Now look, I get I have ADD.
Yeah,
maybe ADHD. I don't know, but listen, same shit. Yeah. This is how my mind works. We're speaking of different Batmans. Let's talk about different Hellboys for a second. Sure. Did you see the latest Hellboy?
I heard it's pretty good.
I'm telling you.
I heard it was good. I didn't see it, though.
Not bad.
Yeah.
And I got to watch it again because I kind of put it on. I saw it was on Prime.
Is it animated or is it live action?
No, it's live action. It's low budget.
Okay.
And it's basically, I used to read those old Hellboy books, and and they were creepy. They were almost like little horror stories, and that's what this one's like. It's basically like a horror movie, like a low budget, Evil Dead-ish kind of horror movie. And they got the creepy effects and the little, and it's Hellboy, and it knows in it that who was a main part in it. It's called Hellboy: The Crooked Man.
Okay.
And
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's Jimmy from.
Not Jimmy Norton.
No, not Jimmy Norton. Fuck no.
That'd be great.
The Crooked Man. Yeah. No. It's Jimmy from what's the Kevin Costner series?
Yellowstone?
Yes.
Okay.
The kid that became a cow. You watch that show?
Some of it.
I watched the kid that became a cowboy.
Yeah.
Became a real. He's in it. He's got a main part, and he's a good actor. I'm telling you, I don't know how I feel about it. I felt it was a totally different take on it, and I'm going to say it's enjoyable.
I
enjoyed it. I want to watch it again.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, do I really like it? Or do I just like it? I definitely don't not like it, but it was a different take on it. Some of it, the special of like again, but there's some shots of it looks kind of creepy and cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I heard really good things about it.
Definitely a different take on, and they don't all have to be these big over the top.
Yeah, agreed.
It's like it's almost like a short story. It felt like
low budget, but in a good way.
Not bad at all. So almost a little bit like sometimes almost fan made. It looks like but I liked it.
Good.
I want you to check it out.
I will check it out. I will check it out.
All right, so we got the Creature Commandos coming out. That's an animated film.
Yes.
What else do we got coming up with the DC?
Well, so the big one is going to be Superman because they started filming it. They finished filming it, and now they
got the dog in it.
They have Crypto. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw there's definitely a poster of it.
James Gunn put it was a photo of him of like
the dog.
Superman and the dog kind of looking off in the background. So it's like it's big. Like they have like there's going to be a Green Lantern in it. There's going to be Supergirl's going to pop into it. Like it's going to be a pretty big movie, but I still think that it's going to concentrate on the essence of who Superman is.
Man, I just want to see James Gunn, he hits it out of the park.
Yeah.
When does he not? I loved all the Guardian movies.
Me too.
Some people didn't like them or
Three's my favorite.
Thought that the second one dropped off. I enjoyed the second one.
I didn't like the second one at first. And then I rewatched the second one, and there's still moments. That's kind of my overall concern with Gunn. Gunn's very funny. He's got a good sense of humor when it comes to how to use his actors in comedic moments. The problem is, I feel like sometimes he overpowers his movies with comedy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works brilliantly, but I don't really want to see a full-on Superman comedy. Peacemaker, it works great. The Suicide Squad, it works great.
Yeah.
Guardians, it works great. But even in Guardians 2, I felt like everybody was getting a joke. Yeah. But there was some great emotional moments in that movie, in the same way that you mentioned the Suicide Squad one. But I'm just where Superman needs to be a little bit more, more emotional than funny, in my opinion.
How'd you like the Man of Steel?
I like Man of Steel. I don't like, and I share, you know Roxy Stryer, so I share Roxy's point of view where I don't like how he didn't save Kevin Costner, his dad. Like Superman, the thing with Superman for me was always that that was just the one thing he couldn't control. He has all these abilities, you can't control life. You can't control nature the way that he had a heart attack, that's it. He could have saved his dad in that movie, and he didn't because his dad told him not to. And I get that's kind of the overall point. But other than that, I really love the movie, love the score. I thought Henry Cavill was great. I like the dark version of it.
He would have revealed himself.
I mean,
and you see Kevin Costner. I like when he's about to do it and he puts his hand.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, listen, Zack Snyder. You're funny. He lets his dad go off into.
Yeah.
The dog scares me. Why does the dog scare me?
I understand that. It could be really goofy.
It could be goofy as hell.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, Yoda could have been goofy.
Yeah. Oh, is he returning in the Acolyte too? No,
I think that was the plan. Like in a saving grace moment to try to get a season 2, and they said not even Yoda could save that show.
They got the other guy peeking his head out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit. All right, so then wait, when did you say that's coming out?
That's coming out in July, I believe, of right around the same time as Fantastic Four. So it's going to be a big month because you got that kid David Cornsweet. Did you see Twisters?
You know, dude, everybody said it was so good.
It's good. It's fun.
Me and my family didn't make it through it.
You didn't like it, huh? Well, Superman's in that movie. He's the
macho guy, though.
He's the guy in the movie where, I mean, how much of it did you make it through?
Dude, I'm going to say half of it. Where
all right, well, so,
even some of the action scenes, I'm like, all right, this is what I'm waiting for.
Well, so you know the guy that when she goes to join the team, and so her friend who she knew from the beginning, his like no, not him, his number one guy, he's riding in the truck with, and he's kind of like, this is your girl, this is the girl, and he's kind of a big guy. He wasn't jacked yet for the role, but he's in the movie.
Yeah, nah, man, I wasn't a big fan of that.
Yeah. Well, he was good in it though. He's in that. He's in that movie. You also got. Did you ever watch Mrs. Maisel?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. But she's
Mrs. Maisel.
Mrs. Maisel. She's the fabulous Mrs. Maisel. I think it was called. Whatever. The point is, she's Lois Lane. Rachel Brosnahan.
Hey, listen. I don't mind some jokes here and there as long as it's not like Love and Thunder.
Exactly. If
Love
it gets
and Thunder
too,
was Thor's doing a split. He's taking
Russell Crowe dancing down the stairs like an idiot.
Oh, no, dude,
that was the worst.
Yeah,
I hate that movie.
And you know what's so funny, man? I loved Ragnarok.
Ragnarok was a good balanced movie. Good balanced movie. This was
funny
not
in some parts.
Yes, this was not balanced. This was just it's a Saturday Night Live movie.
Yeah, it was a shit show.
Yeah.
Man.
But yeah, I wonder. I don't think that they will, but I want them to use the John Williams score in this movie. They won't do it though.
So much banks on this movie, on the Superman
movie. Now they already cast Supergirl. They're going to do Supergirl. They're going to do Lantern Show. But like, if this movie doesn't do well, what do? You can't. Do you even move forward? This is like your linchpin.
And by the way, after Black Adam,
this is your Bonner and Griffin fight right here.
Shit, yeah, it is. What is The Rock think of all this shit? He just came out as Black Adam.
Well, I don't think at this point he's going to do something with J.J. Abrams now on Netflix because he realized. I think that he was making a play. I think to try to get to the head of the DC stuff before Gunn and Safran came in too, because he was trying to build that universe around Black Adam and all that. But that's what you were just talking about with Hellboy, right?
Yeah.
So Hellboy, that movie probably cost nothing to make.
No, it looks cheap, but damn, it's not bad.
So Black Adam costs almost like $200 million, whatever it was, and it made, I think, $400 million overall. But that, not including marketing and everything else, it barely made a profit, if it even did. And that's the problem with this. And The Rock probably cost $20 million. Yeah. So they didn't know what they were doing, and they just banked on Henry Cavill coming back. So yeah, so he knows his time over there was done.
I'm gonna do an upcoming episode. I'm telling you this right now, and I told you this before. Just on my favorite, most underrated comic book movie ever.
Which one? Oh, which one?
Dredd.
Oh yeah, Dredd's a great movie.
Carl Urban.
Yeah, great movie.
Not Sylvester Stallone's Judge Dredd, mind you. Big difference.
Big difference. Rob Schneider.
All right, I'm just putting that out there. That's going to come out.
I'm with
you know why? Because you never know. It might get a buzz, and people might be like, you know what? This movie there needs to be a sequel.
Did you see that movie in the theater?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Did you see it in 3D?
I saw it with all UFC fighters.
Did you?
It with Patrick O'Tay, Pete
cool.
Dragosel.
Wow.
Because we had a fight coming up, and we were training. This was probably back in 2008, I'm going to say. And we all went to a movie theater after training. We saw that, and we fucking loved it.
It couldn't have been 2008.
I'm going to say 2006 or 8.
Dredd? No way. I'm saying I'm gonna up you. I'm gonna say 2012.
Maybe 2012.
Because the only reason is I
definitely saw it with that crew, and I knew them after 2008. Let's see. When did that come out?
Let's see.
You're saying 2012.
I think so.
Hey man, you might be right.
It is. Yeah, September 21st, 2012. Right. The only reason I remember that is because I was doing that show with Mark Ellis, and we weren't doing that show in 2006.
Well, there you go. But yeah, I did see it with that crew, and Patrick O'Tay's from Canada.
Yeah, did you see it in 3D? He was a great fighter.
He's great.
Did you see it in 3D?
I believe so.
It's one of the best.
Yeah,
3D.
I think so because
so
it had the all the slow motion shots.
Yeah,
but we were pleasantly surprised with that one because just the emotion. I'm going to save it for that episode, but because I want to get into detail.
Yeah. It's really
but
good.
just the emotion that you could see with him, and he never takes his helmet off.
No, he doesn't need to.
The performance he has with just his fucking snarl, with his delivery, so great. So that's coming.
I'd like to rewatch that movie. I haven't seen that in a while.
Also, upcoming episodes.
Yeah, tell us.
UFC fighter Grant Dawson is going to be on. I got Dean Thomas in studio. He's going to be in here. And another couple. And what is it?
Next,
Frank Mir is going to be on. We're going to do the John Wick movies with my buddy Frank Mir. So, that's a few guys. Chuck Zito's going to be coming in here.
Great,
my buddy. So we got some fun stuff planned.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
After Superman, what do we got?
Well, that's the main question. They've been doing a lot of stuff with this Lanterns show. So there's an HBO Max show. They want to do it True Detective style. And they're gonna kind of.
So they're gonna go over like space murders or something.
I think so, but I think it's more so gonna happen. I think it maybe happens out in space, but majority of it's gonna take place on Earth. But they're going with a gritty feel and the people that they have, like the showrunners. Well, the producers and the writers. They have Lindelof who's doing it. They have other people who's doing it. But the cast. They were talking for a long time. Josh Brolin was up for older, kind of grizzled Hal Jordan. Right.
Shit.
But they didn't get him for it, so they got Kyle Chandler. Do you know Kyle Chandler?
Show me who that is.
You know who Kyle Chandler is. Hold on.
I saw Carl Urban right there.
No, Kyle Chandler is this cat. There he is. The first thing you see is he was. Friday Night Lights. He was in.
He's going to be a grizzled.
He's going to be an older Hal Jordan.
Oh, he looks the part. Too.
Yeah. Did you see Rebel Ridge?
I did.
So that kid is Jon Stewart. He got cast as Jon Stewart.
Oh, he's going to be great.
Yeah.
That wasn't a bad movie. I think it would be a little bit more action, but I kind of like it.
But everyone says he was great.
He was great.
Yeah, so he got cast. Aaron Pierre. Yeah.
Who is that guy?
Aaron Pierre is his name. So he's like an up and coming.
In Rebel Ridge, he plays he taught the special forces, like hand-to-hand combat. That's great. Oh, look at him. He looks like a Jon Stewart right there.
Yeah, so he's going to be... So it's basically like the two of them are... It's like True Detective style where Kyle Chandler is going to be teaching him kind of the ropes and what the Acolyte should have been. Wow. Basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
It's an HBO show.
I saw that Rebel Ridge.
Well, when you look at like the Penguin and you realize... Because I think that's the difference between when you look at like a James Gunn when he's been given notes on Penguin, but it's Matt Reeves' thing, right? But he understands what works. So if they don't have to like kind of popcorn it up. They're going to say, let's get like really good people, good writers, and we have what's going to be on HBO Max. Let's make a really good show. Who cares if it's like we were just talking about with Longo, right?
Yeah.
You tell them that it's in space and all that stuff, you might lose them. But if if you say it's like a detective story, then you might get people on board with it.
Well, I mean, Penguin's got to be. How's that? That's got to be doing well.
It's doing really well, yeah.
I mean, that's
people love it.
Well, people are going to take. They have to take note.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Acolyte was not good. Look at this. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that.
You would like to believe it's as simple as that, but the problem is they blame it on everybody else.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, man. I'm glad it's doing well.
Yeah.
That gives us hope.
It's doing well.
And I'm looking. And when does that held the Green Lantern Corps thing?
I don't. They haven't announced. I don't think a date, but it seems like it's the next one after Superman because the casting is really ramped up. It's TV, so it probably comes out faster. And then I think Supergirl will be the next one after that, the movie.
And you're thinking some of these, like the Green Lanterns, might be in the Superman movie?
So they are definitely having. What's his face? Oh my God, I can't remember his name. It's Nathan Fillion, who plays Guy Gardner.
What is he? Who's he? Who's he in that?
Who's Guy Gardner? Or who's Nathan
I know
Fillion?
I know Guy Gardner.
You know Nathan.
He's
Fillion.
the Weisenheimer of the. First of all,
you know Nathan Fillion,
dude. He's going to be Guy Gardner.
He's Guy Gardner.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
this is great casting.
Yeah, that's what Gunn does very well. He casts
that's
very
him.
well.
Look at that face.
Yeah. So he was
a great. Guy Gardner was he wasn't your typical Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Like where Jon Stewart is obviously different than Hal Jordan, but they're both upstanding. You know, they got Guy Gardner is more of a wise ass. He's a bit of a punk in a sense, but he does have his moments where he has his where he shows his bravery and whatnot, because he is a fucking Lantern.
Yeah, so he's going to be in Superman for sure. I would assume you might get a cameo from the other two. Maybe not, because they just finished filming on it, but that doesn't mean reshoots.
I love the casting in this.
Yeah.
I do. I'm excited about that. I am.
Yeah. So I mean, the question is how
a show. I like that they switch it up now.
Yeah. He's not. I assume he'll probably make a cameo in the show, but his participation was mentioned in. He's going to be in Superman the movie.
Oh fuck,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You know what show I'm not interested in, and I'm surprised I'm not. But from the trailer,
DC or something else.
It's something else.
Well,
you know, my mind works.
Yeah.
Dune, the new Dune prophecy.
That's shocking to me that you're not excited about that show.
It does not look like the show at all.
You mean the movie?
It doesn't look like the movies. It looks like I'm not gonna. I don't know what it looks like.
Okay.
It's not moving me. Okay. I don't know why. It's
HBO Max though. They got good track record.
Hey man, I'm gonna try to go in an open mind. Last time I said that, it was the fucking Accolade. You know what I'm saying?
I think this is going to be significantly different than that.
Well, I hope so. I don't know, because I love the Dune movies so much.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this thing, and I don't know what I'm watching.
But I think Denis is a producer on it.
Well, now you might have got my attention.
Yeah, I think he's a producer.
You could turn me. I could just, hey, I'm just going by what I look. I look at the Thunderbolts trailer. I get chicken skin.
Yeah.
The Pixies come on. I'm all in.
Yeah. Did you hear about the Captain America movie though?
No.
So they did a tracking thing. They did a screening of it a while before they. I told you this. They reshot the whole movie. I told you that, right?
Okay.
Well, so they had done a version of it where they screened it, did really bad. So they essentially reshot the whole thing, made like a brand new movie, and then they screened it again. And apparently, the test screenings aren't going so well.
What's up?
I don't know.
The trailer looked.
I thought the trailer looked decent too, but yeah, who knows? I mean, it doesn't come out until February, so maybe they'll have some time to edit it. But and then after that, you got Daredevil, which is they just announced that's gonna be more gritty, and at ComicCon they did a big thing on it.
And that's gonna be and Punisher's gonna be in there.
Yeah, they're gonna make that. They said it's gonna be as gritty as the Netflix series, and it's gonna be dark.
Really?
Yeah, like rated R style too.
Yeah, I like that, and that's going to be on Disney Plus.
That's on Disney Plus. It'll be like their first rated R kind of TV show in that world, because coming off of Deadpool and Wolverine, obviously with the movie.
Well, I'm glad they're going in that direction.
Yeah, me too. They can execute it. That's the other thing.
And no She-Hulk too, by any chance.
No, it doesn't look like that's getting.
That wasn't that.
That wasn't very good.
Yeah. Listen, man. Maybe they're gonna They better get on their fucking ball with James Gunn taking over the other thing.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the question. That's why I think Superman is so important, because it sets the stage for. Because if that movie is really good, Superman, is really good, then it's just gonna be like, let's go, because it's fresh and new, and everybody's gonna be like, let's go. And I
can't see it not being good, but that means all the heroes are gonna take place in the 50s.
No. I think that they're doing because you're talking about Creature Commandos. I think that's just like a prequel thing. Superman is modern day.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Superman's modern day.
Oh,
yeah.
Why did I think that was going to be back in the day?
Yeah, unless it's in the 90s. But I think I'm pretty sure it's modern day.
Man,
did you hear that?
I don't.
You don't know.
I don't know. Maybe
I'll
I'm
look
just
it up.
fucking repeating gossip, nerd gossip. Shit, man! I taught 2 classes today, Kristian.
So you're just tired.
I did I'm having fun.
Present day or either 2024 or 2025. It takes place a year.
So what the hell am I talking about?
Not sure.
Well, I made up shit.
That's all right.
That's why we get to the bottom of things here.
That's all right.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that. All right, so we got that. We got the Green Lantern. We got Creature Commandos. Yeah. I mean, is there anything else on the horizon?
Yeah, I mean, then you got Supergirl coming out after that. Supergirl comes out. Will probably come out after the Lanterns.
And we don't know anything about that.
We just know who's cast. We know that. Did you watch the House of the Dragon show?
Yeah.
She's young Rhaenyra.
Oh,
that's
wow.
Who they got. Yeah, Millie Alcock. That's who they got for.
I like that.
Yeah, she's Supergirl.
You know what was a bummer in The Flash, the latest one?
Which one?
The Flash movie.
The whole movie was a bummer?
No, you know what was a bummer about it?
Which one?
Well, they got the Supergirl in there.
Yeah.
And over again. Odds are she can't beat the guy one time. She'd get bested by Zod, killed. It's kind of depressing.
I didn't like the ending. I didn't hate it as much as everybody else did. I thought the beginning was ridiculous. The stuff with the babies and the microwave stuff and all the slow motion, the CGI was terrible. But the core emotion of the story I thought was pretty good.
I enjoyed it when I saw it. I didn't like the thing with. I thought it would have been better if they would have left it open ended. You don't know who walked out of that thing.
Yeah.
I don't like that you saw George Clooney. That's just more of, all right, we get it because he was in horrible Batman and Robin. It's kind of like just for that little snicker of a joke.
Do you know what I heard about that one though? So
different theaters, it was different people.
I saw a version of it at CinemaCon in Las Vegas.
Okay.
When I went, they didn't show any scene. They did exactly what you just said. He looked up and went. But what I heard is they shot it with 3 different Batman. I heard that they shot it with Clooney, and they shot it with Michael Keaton, and they shot it with Robert Pattinson. That's what I heard. I don't know how true the last.
But we never saw any of those.
But you never saw any.
Yeah,
of those.
that would have came to light. No.
So I was sitting with someone who saw it and saw the version with Michael Keaton.
Is he a bullshit artist?
No.
Okay.
No, he's not. Because when I saw it, he was like, "Oh, they didn't show it. It's Keaton." And then when it happened, it was Clooney, and I was like, "Oh wow." So who knows? But either way, I think that they probably made the right move by putting because it's a nothing movie. It doesn't count for anything because if they would put Pattinson in it, then it looks like that's supposed to count.
I got you.
Yeah.
I wasn't crazy about the ending on that.
Yeah, I didn't like the ending.
Well, all right. Give us our next nugget.
Well, so I mean,
anything after Supergirl?
Yeah, I mean, the Brave and the Bold, which is the Batman. How much do you know about? You know more about this Batman, the comics than I do. But it's like, what's his name? I always forget. Damien. What the hell is it? What's Batman's kid's name? The one in the comic books. He's like the.
Yeah, he came in there. That's the
Yes.
God.
Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul's
Yes.
spawn or something.
But Jason Todd, is that what his name is?
No, Jason Todd was the Red Hood.
Wait a minute.
He's the one that got killed by the
I'm not
Joker.
going to pretend that I know about
but came back as the Red Hood.
Yeah,
that's Jason Todd. Okay. Damian is the latest Robin that I know nothing about. He's basically he got trained by the Ra's al Ghul people.
So Batman the Brave and the Bold, I guess
who's his mama?
I don't know, but they have what's his name?
Who's that baby's mama?
I'm not sure which one it is. Where is it? But I don't know. The Brave and the Bold is the name of the movie. I gotta find
isn't that a cartoon?
That one is, but they're actually doing one too. James Gunn, Brave and the Bold.
Oh.
And Andy Muschietti, speaking of The Flash, the director of The Flash is supposed to be directing that movie.
Oh, all right.
So is it Damian Wayne? I think it's Damian Wayne.
I never made it through the second Aquaman either, by the way.
I didn't love it. But it made money. I mean, it didn't. It was the only one of those whole DC movies that was still standing that didn't cost them money. Like the Shazam 2 ate a pile of crap.
It's horrible though.
Wasn't it? He was the worst part of the movie. He didn't know what he was doing in it.
I don't. First of all, the whole problem with Shazam is the grown up wasn't the same kid as the kid.
Right.
Not at all.
The
kid was a street savvy kid.
Yeah.
And he's a doofus. He's basically
acting like an 8-year-old.
Tom Hanks, and he's acting like a little kid.
Yeah.
It was so off that the kid was so cool, and he lost his swagger when he became a big stud of a guy.
Yeah.
So that's weird. And also, what's fun about everybody having a superpower? Like they all got the same fucking. Get out of here with that.
Damian Wayne, by the way, is the one. So I guess that's Bruce's kid or something too. But that's and he's like a real. I guess he's a real pain in the ass.
Yeah, he's a bit of a shit. That one.
Yeah. So he's gonna
be
a
real dark side.
I guess he's gonna be the Robin in this universe. So, and they haven't cast any Batman in it yet because there's rumors of. So David Zaslav, the guy who runs Warner Brothers right now, the rumor is, how true it is, who knows, that he wants Pattinson to be the DCU Batman because Penguin's doing so good, and but Matt Reeves and James Gunn, I don't think want that because it's more of a realistic kind of universe where this is going to have Green Lanterns running around and all that shit.
I think there's room for everything, man. Let Matt Reeves do his
somewhere
thing.
else, right?
It's going to make some money, and they know it's a separate thing.
Yeah.
Just like I talked about with that Hellboy thing. It wasn't the same as Del Toro's one, but it was a different take. But it's not going to be like, oh man, that's not Hellboy. No, it's a different tale. Right. It's a different story. You know, I'm interested to see how you're going to like The Crooked Man.
I'm excited to see it. I heard really good things about it.
Yeah, it's like an old school horror movie, but with Hellboy. I'm gonna have to watch that again.
Yeah. Well, Peacemaker's another one, by the way. So Peacemaker came out. Right before, I mean, it was the James Gunn show, but it came before he took over. And then the question was, well, now that you take over and everything gets rebooted, is that getting shut down too? And the answer is no. And somehow he's going to make it. I guess it's going to be part of the DCU and connect somehow, but not. I don't know how he's going to do it because I think like everything moving forward is going to be part of it. So I don't know how he's going to do it, but they are connecting it all.
It's funny in the Peacemaker that they take on Vigilante. Vigilante, I used to love that comic book.
I love that. He's Vigilante. He's so good in that show.
But it's goofy. But in the comic, he wasn't goofy.
He wasn't goofy.
Nah, he wasn't goofy.
Okay.
But it was the artwork in it, and I used to enjoy it. It was the DC's Punisher,
Yeah.
Vigilante.
He was really
cool. Yeah, it was a. But on the show, definitely funny.
Freddie Stroma plays him. I think he's my favorite character on the show.
Oh yeah. It's fun.
So there's another one that was announced when they did this whole announcement. The Authority. Do you know anything about the Authority?
Nothing about the Authority.
So I guess the second film in the DCU right now is the cinematic introduction of the Authority, which is a team of superheroes with less than idealistic approach to saving the world. The team was introduced under the Wildstorm imprint at DC Comics in 1999 by Warren Ellis and Brian Hitch, and was later folded into the main DCU universe during the New 52 initiative in 2011. The team is mainly composed of characters from Ellis's other team named Stormwatch. The Authority will explore the gray morality of crime fighting when questionable heroes take matters into their own hands. The film is currently being written by a mystery writer. Now, this report came out before they announced a lot of stuff because I think Supergirl is probably going to be released before. I mean, I don't know if it'll be released before The Authority, but it'll definitely be released before The Brave and the Bold.
Well, that sounds exciting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know about the heroes in it. I don't know who.
I don't either. I know nothing about it. Like that's kind of a deep dive.
Listen, how about this? A movie I knew nothing about. The characters was called Guardians of the Galaxy, and look at that.
Yeah,
I like to be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, And so then you got Brave and the Bold, which is the Batman one. You got Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, based off of the same version. There's an actual run Tom King wrote. Swamp Thing. So James Mangold is doing that.
Did you see the
who
original
did Logan,
Swamp
by the
Thing?
way?
Did you see the original Swamp Thing?
Yeah, with Heather Locklear. That one?
Heather Locklear is in that?
Which there's two. It depends on which Swamp Thing you're talking about.
Man,
there's one like in the early '90s.
It's Born on the Bayou playing.
Yeah.
That was something else, man. That was that kind of scared me as a kid. When did that come out?
Let's see.
I was a little kid watching that.
Let's see. The Swamp
and that was like kind of freaky, man.
There's one in 1982. There's this one. That's the Wes Craven one. Is that the one you're talking about? There's two.
I think that's the one.
Okay, so
let me see.
So let's see. Let's see. Is it this one?
Oh yeah, there she is.
That's not the one.
The one
that's
with
not the one
the tank top on. That one.
Oh, that way. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
you know her.
Yeah, but
she's from she's from John Carpenter's.
Yes.
The Thing.
Yeah. So she was also she was in this Wes Craven one.
That was before implants. She's natural. I'm just letting you know. She's an original.
That's what I was going to ask you now. But then he did a Swamp Thing movie with Heather Locklear. And I think that was like in the 90s, the return of the Swamp Thing.
Well,
that's what it was. That was 89.
I did not see that.
That's the one I saw.
Nor do I want to see that.
I don't blame you.
You got to see the other one. The return of the Swamp Thing.
Yeah, that's the one I remember.
Shit.
But they're doing the one with James Mangold, who directed Logan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, he also directed the last Indiana Jones too. So,
yeah. Shoot.
Yeah. So then there's the Batman Part 2, which is DC. It's not DCU.
Well, I don't care. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, me
Matt
too.
Reeves, let's go.
Yeah. Waller, which they're taking Amanda Waller and they're continuing on and doing a new series. I don't know how they're going to make it canon, but there's a spin-off series following the mysterious schemes of Amanda Waller set in the events of Peacemaker Season 2 of Peacemaker has been put on hold. That's not true. This is an older one.
Booster Gold. What am I looking at?
Booster Gold is another one.
That could be interesting.
Yeah. I tell you, there's two. So I'll tell you who my choice for Booster Gold, who was also my co-host Coy Jandros, was Billy Magnuson. I'll show you him.
Is there anybody playing him?
There's rumor, and this is
the rumor?
I'll show you in a second. So Billy Magnuson is who, because this guy's great. He's in Game Night and a bunch of. But hold on. So what's his name? So Kumail Nanjiani is rumored to be playing Booster Gold. So
him?
Yeah. So I don't. He was in. You know, he was in not Deadpool. He was in.
He looks nothing like Booster Gold's like a pretty boy preppy.
That's the rumor. But James Gunn was asked about it and did not confirm that. So I don't know if that's
that's interesting.
He's funny, but I just feel like they overuse him for. I like him. He was in Eternals. He was in Ghostbusters. He was in Eternals. He was in.
But Booster Gold is you get that like. Almost like a Ken doll type of look, right? You said the same thing as me.
Yeah,
that's what he's supposed to be. A Ken
supposed
doll.
to be. So, and that's why I thought Billy was.
They're so annoying. They always like to just switch things up.
But James Gunn's usually pretty good about that stuff. He's good at casting.
Yeah,
but this, I just think he was just in Roadhouse. Did you see the Roadhouse remake?
Yeah,
he was in Roadhouse. He was the bad guy in Roadhouse.
Yeah, and I like that.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor played himself in that.
This is what I asked him about. I asked him when I interviewed him. I asked him about Conor McGregor. He said that he just walked in. And he was just kind of like he said he was great. He said he liked working with him. But did you get along with Conor at all?
I don't. We never
interacted. Oh,
no.
Okay.
I met him once. I shook his hand out. I think ages ago before he became famous.
Yeah,
you know. But
I'm trying to think what else.
I enjoy watching him fight.
Yeah. Booster Gold, Lanterns, and that's the majority of the stuff that they announced, because that was a little while ago when they announced that. But the stuff that they're really focusing on, and rightfully so, Superman, Supergirl, Lanterns, and then you'll probably get some news on Brave and the Bold.
All right, man. Well, shit, dude. I think we caught up on all that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
I'm excited.
What are you most excited about out of all that stuff?
Well, listen.
Lanterns?
Lanterns, I'm going to say, if you're telling me it's going to be like a crime type
True
series,
detective.
if it's something like that, then yes, that's what I'm most excited about. Superman, it depends on how. Listen, I grew up on that.
Mm-hmm.
DC, it's time for a fucking comeback.
It is.
DC was the original ones that came out with the movies. The movies that I grew up on.
Yeah.
As far as Superman 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I mean, those were the first
Batman,
big movies.
1989.
Batman eventually.
Sure.
They had like a head start, man. And we kept thinking maybe there'll be a Spider-Man movie. There was rumors. And then the MCU did everything right after starting with Iron Man. I mean, they were hitting. Right. They had a good fucking track record before recently.
Well, it's funny you say that, because right before Iron Man comes out, DC was the kings of the castle because of the Nolan trilogy.
Oh, that's true.
And so then you're like, what Warner Brothers should have done at that point was did everything possible to try to spin that universe off and stayed in there and done stuff, but they didn't.
And I'll tell you, and just because we did that like a month or so ago, those movies hold up.
Yeah, they're so good.
Those Nolan movies,
they're so good.
So good. So good. And all right, so what do I got to do? My homework is the John Wick movies.
Yeah, you could do that with Frank Mir.
That's what I'm doing with Frank Mir. Yeah. Grant Dawson, I believe we're going to be talking about aliens.
Oh, great.
He told.
Yeah, see the new one, Romulus.
Hey, the latest one.
Yeah.
Little preview of this episode coming out with him. He told me he liked that better than all of them. So we're gonna get into detail, but I didn't see it yet. He has reasons why. What I like about Grant Dawson is he's very passionate about this stuff. He's like, I'll give you my reasoning. I'm like, oh, let's go.
Let's do it.
So we're gonna have him on here, and that's it, man. All right, buddy. Anything else?
No. How many subscribers do we need?
Oh, shit, man. Let me put my arm down. I'm losing friends here. Listen, we're trying to get up to 10,000. Right. So if you're having a good time, subscribe. Tell your buddies about it.
Hit that button.
Say, oh, that little bald guy talks about the Star Wars. Also, besides that, you're coming down this Saturday, was it?
Not this Saturday. Following Saturday.
I'm watching you.
I know you are.
He's coming down to Serra, BJJ.
I definitely am.
All right. And people out there, you don't got to train with me, but you really should train.
Yeah.
It's like having a superpower. All right, everybody.
Oh, how dare you say that right now.
Dude, I think that's my new sign-off.
Oh,
I think that's my new sign-off.
You son of a bitch.
I love it so much. And I love jiu-jitsu. Everybody, stay humble yet dangerous. We'll see you next time. Fun times, Kristian.
That's good.